We start tapping on the karate chop point just under the line at the base of the pinky. We're tapping on the side of the hand. Even though I still make a lot of statements that contradict what I want, I actually know some of my power to create and aim to expand that. I love myself. I accept where I am in my journey. Even though I see myself, hear myself doing and saying things that go counter to the wanted, I'm going to get this down. I love myself. I accept the process I'm in. Even though I do not have the consistently thinking toward what I want part down yet, I'm in awe of how much I've learned and grown, and I'm not stopping. I love myself. I fully accept this being I am in this incarnation. Okay, now we go to the crown. I do intellectually understand the teaching to keep the focus on the wanted. And I understand the teaching to stop focusing on current conditions and naming them and reviewing them and rehearsing them and declaring them. Side of the eye. I get that I slow things down when I declare things that are counter to what I want. Under the eye, I forgive myself. I stop faulting myself. I make a lot of compassionate room right now for the fact that I was raised in this culture and live there. Under the nose, I forgive those who taught me that being real meant staying focused on problems and what isn't working yet. They weren't trying to harm me. They didn't have better to teach me. Chin point. I forgive myself for constantly reinforcing the wrong things I was taught for myself. I forgive myself for still reinforcing them. This is actually how the human journey often goes. This is how it works. This is the way of it. It's really okay. Okay, tapping under the clavicle round. I have evolved far beyond those who raised me, and I aim to keep evolving. I believe in the evolution, and I love that my kids, the generations to come, are evolving faster. Coolest thing. And I get to be part of that and witness it. Okay, side of the ribs, otherwise known as the bra strap point. I aim to evolve until I take my last breath. I like learning. I like experimenting. I like practicing new things. I like getting better at things. I like mastery. Crown point. And I never want to turn that into making myself at fault when I haven't mastered it yet. Inner eyebrow. Except I will fault myself again. That's what's likely. I accept that. Side of the eye. I accept that there will always be contrast. It's really okay to find myself in the contrast. Under the eye. I know that course corrections go much more swiftly and smoothly when I accept finding myself where I don't want to be. Under the nose. Feeling what I don't want to feel. Saying what I don't want to say. Focusing on what I don't want to focus on. I accept that I will find myself there. Chin point. I absolutely love the teaching that the bad feeling, the sharp pangs, the awful sense of stuff that feels corrosive inside my own body, all of that lets me know these thoughts don't work. They're the wrong focus. I'm out of alignment. Under the clavicle round. It is amazing not to just to believe my painful emotions anymore when they try to take me to painful thoughts. It's amazing to notice what I've been thinking that makes me feel this bad. Side of the ribs. That used to automatically take me to more bad thoughts, more scary thoughts, more I'm wrong thoughts, more terror of the unknown, more trying to control, more urgency. And now I know that none of that works. I know it's not real. I know it's moving me in a direction that's illusion. And I feel it because it feels bad and worse and worse. Crown. And it's okay to keep cycling through that. Nothing in the universe faults me, just myself. Most of the voices that fault me are old voices, not current voices. I know better to hang around with the current voices that fault me. I'm going to get better and better at not allowing any of that in. And I have till I die to get it down. Inner eyebrow. I'd like to release some concepts. I know I will keep releasing and unlearning my whole life, and I appreciate that. I like how teachable I am. I like all that I've already released. I'd like to spend a little more time focusing on all that I've already released, stuff I don't believe at all anymore, stuff that just doesn't get me anymore. And things that trouble me now, moving to the side of the eye, the things that trouble me now, I can redefine, reframe, question, release. I'm doing it right now. I invite you to keep being aware of breath when you're not talking as you tap. Or if you're doing it in silence, stay aware of breath, keep coming back to the breath. Under the eye, upper cheekbone. I release pressure. I release the concept of pressure. I release urgency. I recognize urgency as almost always unnecessary. destabilizing, not helpful. It separates me from my inner being who doesn't know urgency, who never drops in with that, believes it, focuses there. I release urgency. I release pressure under the nose. Sometimes I choose to stay with a task because there is a deadline. And I also know there's nothing to force, there's nothing to ensure, there's nothing to prevent. The universe can do all that. My job is staying with it in the greatest ease I have access to, the greatest flow I have access to. Chin point. My job is paying attention to my emotional guidance system so that I'm soothing myself back into alignment when things feel bad, just as quickly as possible before they gain momentum. My job is to soothe myself back into alignment. Under the clavicle round, my job is to make choices and do the next thing that I just chose to do because it looks to me like the next logical step. It looks to me like the best place I can put my energy right now. It looks to me like my point of least resistance. This one thing is mine to do right now. And I'd like to do it with ease. I'd like to do it in the flow. I'd like to do it with my muscles relaxed. I'd like to slow down my gestures a little to make them more deliberate. I'd like to let my nervous system know with how I'm moving and how I'm breathing that truly all is well. Side of the ribs. When there's a decision to make, I make the decision. That's not a bad thing. That's not a problem. That's me showing up. I like that Byron Katie says decisions make themselves when my mind is clear. Abraham-Hicks would say, when I'm in alignment, I know what to do. I'm available to the guidance, the inspiration. Going back to the crown, really feeling the effects of the tapping, the breath, the nervous system taking in these messages. I release rumination. I release the need to chew on things, think about things, worry about things, agonize over things, keep problems in view when it's not even time to think. Inner eyebrow. I'd like to really believe that. I'd like to believe it so much that I interrupt it quickly when my thoughts try to get all over things and solve things and figure out things that it's not time to figure out. I like interrupting the mind. It feels amazing to interrupt the mind. Outer eye. I've had so many instances of ideas, inspiration, good questions to ask, good people to go to, good resources to reach for. I've had that inspiration again and again and again and again, and it's a never-ending fountain of resources available to me when I allow the receiving of it. Under the eye. I know I'm not available to fresh ideas and reframes and inspiration when I'm ruminating, when I'm poring over current conditions, when I'm scaring myself with what's not okay. Under the nose. I like it when I'm present, not ruminating. I like it when I am where I am, not off somewhere else. I like it when I'm connected to my senses, my breath, when I'm in my embodied self, when I feel my own presence inside my own body. And I love the messages that come in when I'm present to my physicality. chin point. I love that tense muscles show me how I'm holding my reality and that it doesn't match how my inner being sees it. I love when a pace that's unnecessarily fast shows me that some part of me is in urgency. It's so cool that the physical stuff is so easily correctable. I love when I notice I'm leaning in towards somebody else, leaning out of my own alignment, worrying about what they think or trying to correct them or control them instead of working with what's mine to work with, in ease, in alignment, in kindness, under the clavicle round. My inner being isn't scared of the resources to make my life work. My life is meant to work. Part of the pressure and fear and anxiety in my field right now is because things are changing. And I actually believe they're changing toward what I more want. That's how it's supposed to be. And there's no question of deserving. Of course I deserve to keep evolving, to keep shaping my own life into how I want it to look. There is no question of merit or worthiness. Here I am. That's what I'm doing. I'm evolving. I'm moving toward the wanted. Life has shown me what I want. I'm moving that way. Side of the ribs. I forgive myself for getting confused. I forgive myself for going back and forth. I forgive myself for constantly articulating the buts and the, well, there is this problem. It's really a cultural problem. It's not just me. It's all around me. It's reinforced constantly. I'm even told I'm more responsible. I don't need to declare that this doesn't pay the bills. Let me just stay with the part that this feels really good. This feels profound. This feels like me being me. This feels like what I've moved toward. This feels like expansion. The universe knows how to line that up with money. Crown point. I am aware that I take the reins when I don't need to. I am aware that I try to do the job of law of attraction, of the universe, of the orchestration. I am aware that it's not really mine to do. Right now I know that. It's okay if I forget it. I can call it back. Life wants to support me to get there again. I'm going to bring it to now more. I'm going to come back to body and breath more. I'm going to reach for the best feeling thought I have access to right now about this topic, and I'm going to stay with those empowering thoughts, those easy thoughts, those kind thoughts. I'm not in danger of not taking actions. I'm in motion. I want to take more inspired actions and less tense, fear-based actions. I actually believe that that's what's going to get me where I'm going. I'm willing to keep practicing it. I'm willing to keep catching myself not there again. I'm willing to learn swift course corrections, quick pivots, kind pivots that don't need to stop in the pool of self-recrimination, attack, criticism. I release all that. I release all that. I love myself. I accept myself. And I'm fond of this journey, and I'm on it, and I choose it, and I see all that's come in that wasn't there before, and I release the old tendency to focus on what's not wanted and what's not working or what I think I've done wrong. I release it, I release it, I release it, and right now I love myself. I love my life. I love my emotional guidance system. I love that my inner being is right with me. And I love knowing that when I feel bad, it's a call to realignment. not to look for the thoughts that match how I feel. Now I just invite you to drop in with the sensations of the tapping, drop in with the breath, drop in with how your nervous system feels, releasing the old, gathering to yourself the new, remembering. You're doing great. Tell yourself that more often. All is well.